What happened when you risked your life for a stranger, stepping into a dangerous and unpredictable situation that could have gone horribly wrong? Okay, buckle up, because I have a story that will make your skin crawl. A story about how trying to do one simple, decent thing for a stranger plunged my entire life into a nightmare of fear and constant vigilance. I once helped a woman escape her abusive boyfriend, and in return, I got a front row seat to pure, unadulterated terror, and a chilling reminder that sometimes, doing the right thing costs you everything you thought was safe. It all started innocently, enough at a coffee shop. I was buried in my laptop when this woman, Naomi, just approached me. She slid $300 across the table and asked me to sit nearby while she broke up with her boyfriend, Jeremy. $300. She said she needed a witness, someone who could call 911 if things went south, because Jeremy had a notorious temper, and she was terrified to do it alone. She laid it all out. He'd never hit her, but he'd punched walls, shattered phones, and once, in a fit of rage, drove his car through his ex's garage door when she left him. She'd been trying to leave for months, but every single time he'd explode, and she'd back down. This restaurant was public enough that he couldn't completely lose it, but quiet enough for me to intervene. All I had to do was pretend to work. On my laptop, call 911 if he got violent. He'd completely isolated her from everyone, so I was her only option. She promised he'd be there at noon. It would be over by 12:30. I needed the money, and honestly, what could really go wrong in a crowded restaurant? Jeremy arrived 5 minutes late. He was bigger than I expected, the kind of guy whose veins throb in his forehead even when he's calm. He leaned in for a kiss, and Naomi turned her cheek, the first clear sign that something was deeply, terribly wrong. I opened my laptop, pretending to type, but positioned myself so I could see their reflection in the screen. Naomi started speaking in this quiet, measured voice, clearly rehearsed 100 times, and my stomach immediately tightened, knowing the storm that was about to break. At first, Jeremy just laughed, like she was joking, but as she kept going, his smile froze, then vanished completely. He reached across the table and grabbed her wrist. Not hard enough to make her cry out, but I watched, horrified, as her hand turned an angry red. "You're not serious," he said, loud enough that the couple next to them actually looked over. Naomi pulled her hand back, kept talking about different paths, and Jeremy's jaw started this twitching thing. My grip on my phone tightened. I was ready to spring up if he touched her again. The waiter arrived to take their order, and Jeremy, without even asking Naomi, ordered for both of them. His voice was completely normal, like they weren't in the middle of a war zone. That fake normalcy made my skin crawl because I could see his knuckles were white where he gripped the menu. The second the waiter left, he leaned forward, started talking fast and low. I could only catch pieces. 3 years. Everything I've done. You can't just... His hands were flying wildly, knocking over the salt, then the pepper, then his water glass. The busboy rushed over to clean up, and Jeremy, with a sickeningly sweet smile, thanked him, then went right back to that intense whisper. The rapid mood switch was terrifying, far worse than if he'd just stayed angry. Full story video added in below.